guys, I'm sure coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the video. Send us some love, some positive vibes, especially if you're going through something right now and you need a little pick-me-up. Again, just take a deep breath. Try to just recognize that everything is going to be okay. You are okay. Try to reset, try to reframe. And again, I'm sending all my love your way if you need to hear that today. Today is going to be a really fun day. The other Owen, at Owen T. Parsons here on Twitter, tweeted me just a little while ago, a couple hours ago. He said, have you ever tried Arix in a blender comp? I've been rocking Fat Man, SK Sinesha, and would rotate Mithrala or Uko depending on the situation. I swapped in Arix and she outdamages SK plus Sinesha. The crit plus passive proc off the Four Sisters hits often allows her to cut in line. And you know what, guys? I made a video a while back on Arix. I also put out a video, a guide on her on the other channel, and I was so focused. I loved Arix. I love Arix, right? She's an incredible champion. Let's go ahead and take a look at her really quickly here. But the thing is I focus so much on PvE, specifically Hydra. She is a daily login reward champion. However, it takes like, I don't know, 700 days to get her, so you're gonna be playing for a while. I love the aesthetic. Osama, cue the smoke monster vibes! We all know the smoke monster music. She's got it emanating from every inch of her body here. She's got the shoulder blades and, of course, that beautiful, beautiful, beautiful smoke. The aesthetics of this champion are absolutely insane. Yeah, I love her. I love the look. I love the look. HP-based champion, plenty of HP. She'll get the AoE chance of removing a random buff from each target. That's a 35% chance on the A1, excuse me. She has an AoE. That's a 75% stun. Transfers a random debuff from this champion to the target that receives a stun from this skill. And on the A3, she got Ally Protect and a counterattack, leading into more AoE attacks on the A1. And then the passive Cynical fills this champion's turn meter by 5% each time an ally inflicts a critical hit. That's what the tweeter there was referring to in terms of proccing that Cynical off of the sisters, Sinesha and Skullcrown's critical hits. Heals this champion 5% of their max HP every time an enemy inflicts a critical hit. Great passive. But guys, listen, man. I needed to do a follow-up video on Arix because, truthfully, I'm not just saying that because that's what we're talking about in the video. I really do believe that even in this, no, I don't want your privilege pack. Even in this meta, guys, I truly believe that the best way to max out, not your area bonuses, Great Hall. We're not talking about that. By the way, I'm going slow and steady here in the area bonuses, focusing mainly on Hydra and Fire Knight. Well, how about you guys? How are you doing on the area bonuses? But in the affinity bonuses, which I would imagine, I want to say probably 99% of you guys are still working on your affinity bonus in your old school Great Hall. I think that blender comp is still the best way to do that. And I think that Fahrakin the Fat, who again, sorry to keep mentioning the other channel, keep shouting it out here. I just put out a guide today, I think, or yesterday. Not sure the order yet on the uploads on Fahrakin the Fat. I personally think that Longbeard and Fahrakin the Fat are the best blender composition, the motors, if you will, out there. Why? Because they both bring a sufficient amount of extra damage to mitigate the damage penalty that we get on ally attack. A lot of new players don't recognize this, but on ally attack and counterattack as well, all enemies and all allies who are using the ability, using their A1, they're only going to put out 75% of their normal damage, okay? That's where a champion like Fahrakin can come in here. He's bringing the increased crit rate and the increased crit damage for 3 turns, and then all allies except this champion will attack a target enemy. The reason this is so beautiful, again, Longbeard is another example of this, is it's going to mitigate and some, right? Because this allows you to get the extra crit damage, right? And then it allows you to have that chance of getting an extra, not the chance, it allows you to have a 30% extra chance of getting crit rate, which you can build your champions in a blender specific comp. You can really build them with 70% a crit rate. You don't have to worry about them because that's going to last for 3 turns. And in a blender comp, if it's working right, you're not going to need more than 1 turn to get it done, right? But even if you do need 2 or 3, you'll still have that increased crit rate to bump you up to 100% crit rate. So that allows you guys to have the luxury of putting your blender composition champions in attack percentage on their boots. You don't really care necessarily how fast they are. The speed of the blender is the speed of the motor. In this case, Fahrakin the Fat. That's who we're going to be using today. But again, I mentioned him a couple times. I might as well take a very quick look at Longbeard. I think he's an incredible ally attacker for Blender Comp specifically because damage is going to be increased by 20%, okay? Again, that's going to mitigate part of the 25% damage penalty that we get on ally attacks, and it's going to be attack one enemy with 4 allies. Longbeard, the reason I think that he's maybe a little bit better, arguably, it's really, you know, it's a difference. They bring in different things to the table, but he's actually attacking as well, whereas Fahrakin the Fat's not joining in. So if you're going to use Longbeard as your blender motor, right, you can build him with 100% crit rate too. You can crit cap him, and he deals a lot of damage as well, whereas Fahrakin is going to be relying on the other 3 champions on your team. So let's go ahead and get into the arena here, guys. Yeah, you know, I'll show you the builds at the end, right? It's basically damage and speed is basically what we're going to be looking at here. So into the arena, we just had arena reset, so I'm just going to go through the teams here, right? Now, we have 2 different versions of the team. I think it's very wise to have 2 different Blender teams in your presets, right? One of your teams, it's going to be 3 AoEs on the A1. And the other team's going to be with an Arbiter or a Speed Lead. Granted, you can use Skull Crown as well. But the beautiful thing about an Arbiter team is I can go into other Arbiter teams. Like this team, if I went into this squad, I'm pretty sure I would lose the speed race. Let's just try it. But I would not run this team against an Arbiter team. I want an Arbiter team of my own, an Arbiter Blender comp, and then I'll rely on only 2 DPS champions. But let's just see what happens here.
A few moments later.
If we can load. Come on, player. All right. So they go first, and we pretty much die, right? But this is why we have an Arbiter version. When we're going against other teams that we think are going to be super fast, then we're going to start out instead with our speed lead. So now we'll show you how it's supposed to be, right? Arbiter's going to be fast. The only important thing here, in terms of speeds on this team, the only important thing is that we have Fahrakin the Fat as fast as we possibly can, Arbiter as fast as we possibly can, but we want Fahrakin the Fat, the ally attacker, Longbeard, Fahrakin, Kreela, whoever you're using, we want them to be within 30% speed of Arbiter, okay? That way they can't cut in line the enemy team. Now we'll go ahead and watch.
12 seconds.
This game is so slow right now. Not fitting with the theme of the game here. But here we go. We go first, and they're toast in a matter of what? 2 seconds. That's the beauty of the blender, baby. That's the beauty of the blender, guys. I love it, man. No team is faster than the blender. No team out there. Now, there's another dynamic that I just alluded to, right? The dynamic on this team is I also want stuns. So let's go against, let's keep the same team here. Let's go against a lot, I was going to say a little bit of a tankier team, a lot of bit of a tankier team. They have the 1-2 punch here in Pythion and Duchess. Now let's see if I can get away with the triple blender. I have 2 champions in a stun set here. I have Skull Crown. I didn't even touch her. I don't even know if I have gear. I hope I have gear on her, right? Let me see. I have 85, 238, that's fine. I have her pretty slow, that's cool, right? But I have her in a stun set. That's the most important thing. Now, I also want to point out the order. The rotation really matters a lot. I repeat, rotation order matters a lot on a blender comp. Because even though we have Fahrakin in the last position, he's going to go first. He's the fastest champion on the team, right? His speed, just so you guys can see, I just have him in random speed gear. I don't care about any of his other stats. 313, right? So as long as we can go first, I think we're going to be okay in this comp. But the ally attack order, they don't all attack. I know it looks like they're all attacking at the same time. That's not the case. They're attacking in order of position. So Skull Crown is attacking first, Arix is attacking second, and Mighty Uko is attacking third. We could use Ray in this position. We could use Senesha in this position. There's a lot of good champions, but the reason we're using Mighty Uko is because this gives us the luxury. I mean, they're probably going to be going against Stone Skin or something here, right? It gives us the luxury of having a buff remover in a stun set, right, in Mighty Uko. That's why I like the stun strategy. So I have 2 stun champions, and keep in mind, stun from a stun set is not predicated on accuracy. So it doesn't matter if we have accuracy built on these champions or not. We have a 18 or 23% chance of landing a stun. 18 on Skull Crown, 23% because of Fearsome Presence on Mighty Uko on these particular builds. So we do go first. We're going against Bolser. We're not going against Stone Skin. So let's just see what we can do here, right? 3 AoE attacks, 1, 2, 3. We do some nice damage, and we land a stun on one of their revivers. The only downside is it's one of their revivers. Now, guess what? We don't have Arix in a stun set. We have her in a savage set. But she's bringing stun to the table. How about that on the A2? We could go A3 here and put that ally protect into counterattack. I don't think we're gonna be able to land a stun, so let's just do the A3. I like that. They revive Trunda. We come in here and guess what? More stuns. This is the beauty, right? So listen, it's not as fast as your typical blender comp. I'll give you that. I'll grant you that. But it's still incredibly effective, right? Oh man, I forgot to show off that A3 of Mighty Uko. That's a bummer. But I still think we're gonna be A-okay here. We got stunned on one reviver. They all hit hard. I mean, how beautiful is this, guys? This is a tanky freaking team, is it not? I mean, we're going against Pythion and Duchess. Two of the most OP, especially when they're together, passives in the game in terms of damage mitigation. And this team, I mean, no big deal, right? No big deal. Not scared of it. Granted, it took us a while longer. We weren't on auto the entire time. Now this team, they have Lord Shazar, they have a Martyr, they have an Arbiter. Oh God, I know they're going to be fast, so I can't run the triple AoEs. Instead, we're going to go back to the Arbiter version of the team. But you guys like what I'm talking about? Putting two of these champions in a stun set? That's going to help us get that CC early on, even if we don't kill everybody. That's why I like to use that second team if I'm not sure. Maybe I won't go first, but I have a lot of backup plans with all those stuns. So again, we come in here and boom, almost toast. I want another 2-second run. But this is why this strategy is the best, in my opinion, for farming Great Hall. I think it's bar none the best. If you are sitting on Fahrakin kind of guarding your vault or whatever, guys, I would highly encourage you to consider building a team like this. I mean, they're so fast, they're so effective, super strong. This team, I know I'm going to beat them in the speed race, so I'm going to go ahead and move down to the second team, right? I have Skullcrown in the lead. If you don't have a Mighty Uko or an Arix, no big deal, right? Sinesha, as I mentioned, is great. We can run Ray as well. Matter of fact, we'll run Ray on the next team. I really like Ray because she has a decreased defense, a 50% big version decreased defense on her A1 ability. Isn't that cool? So we come in here, we land 2 stuns again. Their reviver, unfortunately, is, we're going to go ahead and go with the A3. This is, again, why I love Arix on this team, too. I love Arix, man. Can you tell? I love her because she's so tanky, and now I have, like, a robust... It's weird. It's a blender comp, but all of a sudden, it transforms. If we don't kill him on the first shot, it transforms into ultimate control, and then we have a reviver in Mighty Uko. We have an ally protect in Arix, a super tanky one at that, with an AoE on the or a counterattack as well. Man, it's a really, really flexible team. So again, nice and easy there. It wasn't super fast, but it's a beautiful thing when we're able to go into teams that are going to be very fast. Let's go into a team. Now, this one I'm not sure about, right? Probably going to be toast here, right? If there's a certain team that we're not going to go against normally, it's going to be a Hegemon or a Torment team. However, there is a way to kind of mitigate and get around that. I don't have a team built for that right now, but what you could do is put your Fahrakin the Fat in an immunity set, right? So I have him in triple speed right now to just maximize that speed, but if we ran him in immunity, what that would do is, I think I'm actually going to run my Arbiter team against this squad here. What that would do is, at least he would not be CC'd by that Torment or by that Hegemon, and hopefully he could still go in with the ally attack. Hopefully, you know, a couple of your nukers are still up and not CC'd as well. Let's just go into it here. So we do get block active skills. However, we still might win this. We land stuns on the we have Retribution on all of these champions. It still didn't matter, man. We still won. We still won. And Retribution is so powerful, again, especially in a stun set. That was Skullcrown in there. Even though she had lockout on all her skills, she came in with the Retribution, counterattack, landed 2 stuns, and we still won, even against a Hegemon team. I'm thinking about recording a double Hegemon video. I'm not sure if, I want to see if it works still. That's my thing, you know? Here we go. It is a go second team. That means we're going to swap out strategies, and we're going to go with a Skullcrown version. All right, so here we go. So we get 2 stone skins to contend with, but their nukers were evaporated, which is crazy. Let's come in A2. Let's remove this stone skin. Let's do it, man. Boom, boom. Okay. That wasn't like we wrote it up. Let's kill the nukers again. Nice. Nice. Now, the problem is we don't want anybody on our team to die. We do have a reviver, which is very nice. Let's land a stun here. Ooh, that's a lot of damage, man. Arix can deal some damage, huh? And look at this counterattack. Boom. More damage off that A1. Her A1 smacks for an A1 HP-based champion too, right? We get a stun on their reviver. Okay, Pythion, you're going down. Oh, look at that, man. And, oh, no, we lost the turn. We can't let Pythion, no. Oh, he goes with the A2. He goes with the A2. I think we're just saved by the AI there, guys. I think we still would have won. Well, I don't even want to speak too soon, right? It's far from over. Let's go A2. Can we kill that Pythion before he gets the revival off? Okay. This is it. No, it's not. No, it's not, Ash. No, it's not. Everybody's petrified. Mithrala Lifebane is good. You heard it here first, guys. You heard it here first. She's a good champion. You know what? That's why you tune in to Ash Raid Shadow Legends for cutting-edge commentary and analysis like that. Okay. A3 or A1? What do I want to go with here, guys? I think A1 again, right? I think we just want to keep A1. Ooh, so close! Finish him! Boom! There we go. There we go! Boom! Okay, guys, let's go ahead and look at the builds. Okay, guys, really quickly here, we have Fahrakin the Fat Man. He is in triple speed, as I mentioned. That's about it. Triple speed. You guys can take a look at the masteries, but really masteries are not even important at all for this use case of Fahrakin the Fat. If you want to see him in a more overall build, again, I released a guide on him a couple days ago on Raid Shadow Legends Champion Guys YouTube channel. We have Skull Crown. You can go ahead and take a look at her masteries there. As I mentioned, she's not in Fearsome Presence. She's in Helm Smasher. And I have her, well, you guys saw the stats already. I have her in a stun set, so there you go. Do I have attack percentage or do I have speed on the boots? She's very slow, but again, I'm not, okay, speed on the boots. Jeez, man, the delay is killing me here. Mighty Uko. Of course, you guys know I love my Mighty Uko, and I love Mighty Uko in a stun set, so I have Mighty Uko, probably has closer to the most endgame build out of all these champions. 252, 478 on the speed and accuracy, and we also have, let's see here on Mighty Uko, we have Intimidating Presence for a Blessing, and for Masteries, we have Fearsome Presence, as you guys can see. And then on Arix, we have Helm Smasher and Savage Gear, getting some nice nukes, and you saw that, the damage reflected that certainly. And then in terms of the overall stats, we have very slow, a lot of HP percentage on the boots, and a slow build. Again, she was getting plenty of turns, a lot of the ally attacks. It was all good, 84%. Again, we don't have to crit cap at 100 because of the increased crit rate, and 267 on the crit damage. Thank you so much, by the way, guys, to Owen as well, the guy who tweeted me, because it kind of gave me the idea. I was kind of wondering, what am I going to do for a video tonight? And then he tweeted me that. I'm like, I know what I'm going to do for a video tonight. So HP percentage, and crit damage on Arix on the middle row there, and we have HP, crit damage, HP on the banner, the amulet, and the ring, respectively, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Gonna end the video the way that I started the video, sending some love, some positive vibes your way, especially if you need it today, guys. Much love, and as always, take care, guys.